Can you believe I forgot you guys this morning? Good morning, guys. Welcome to Monday. So, a lot has happened. When I talked to you on Friday, the last thing I was doing was planting oats. The field I'm in now was being land planed. That's where Glenn headed. And we had all the other tractors going. Well, today, we've got all the tractors going again because, excuse me, our potential rainfall amounts have gone up slightly. So we're getting a little more confident. We're getting a little more ballsy in that we're putting seed in the ground. Bart is getting the 20-foot drill on the 195 ready. So the 195 went from the 3-point land plane to the 20-foot drill. I'm in the green 245. It went from the Colts packer to what we call the Muth marker. Why is it called that? Well, a company called Muth makes it, and it's for marking furrows for irrigation. Cameron switched the 360 from the VT to the Colts packer so he could keep getting ground ready for corn. Blanca, once again, like Friday, she is running the red 245 on the big Holcomb land plane on another field that we're going to plant hay in. Oh, and Glenn is over there in the 120 or 125, I can't remember what it is, getting ready to burn weeds as soon as the water crew shows up. I have no idea where they are because you'd think a pickup could beat a tractor in a 6-mile drive. Tank must have been empty or something. I don't know. Either way. The only tractor not running today is the 270, and the only reason it's not running is because I'm waiting on seed, which I got a phone call a little bit ago saying the seed's going to be here today instead of tomorrow, which is awesome. But I can't do a late night tonight because I already promised kids we'd all go to the Mario movie. They wanted to go this weekend. We went by when I was on the way to get tacos and margaritas like I talked about in the last video, and the line was around the block, and I looked at my wife and said, it's going to school night. It's an early movie. They'll still be in bed on time, so hoping not many other parents thought of that idea. Either way, I'm going to keep going back and forth here. On the plus side, once we get done burning today, we're damn near done burning till we have a problem. Problem areas, we'll bring the weed burner back out, but usually that's just kind of a spring tool. We burn before the first run of water. Then after that, you don't need to burn anymore because that's what you got all the chemical for on the sprayers. Aaron and Maddie got the water. They'll stop right there where the pickup's at, and then they'll jump down about a mile to the next section of ditch they need to work on. So, yeah, lots of hopping around today for those guys. Got thinking, probably ought to explain what exactly I got going on here. So this field was land planed twice with that Smizer, that 3-point land plane. Now I'm coming through and putting in all the furrows for irrigation. Okay, how do we get the water from the ditch to the field? In this case, we use these giant bastards, 6-inch siphon tubes. You want to feel like you pull your arm out of place multiple times a day, come pull on these bastards. Those are heavy. So those will come out basically everywhere where he's got a hole worked into the ground. The water will spread out, and then I start to mark out their ways so he can kind of shuffle what he needs where. Kind of here on the headland, he can dig little trenches and cutouts to get the water going in different directions. So we're marking it now, then we'll come in with the drill and plant right on top of it. Now smash them marks down so they're not quite as drastic. Basically, for the first 2 years of this being hay, it's really going to suck to harvest. You're going to feel every one of those. But if you don't do this, you can't control where your water goes, so he may be wanting to irrigate right there where the tubes are, that section. Without these marks, the water can go wherever the hell it wants, and you have big blank spots. So those has to be done. And there's a lot of reasons I prefer pivots over flood irrigation. One, less passes to get the field ready to plant. You know, we had to land plane this twice to get it as smooth as possible so the water would flow. If you don't have it smooth, your water is going to stop somewhere and go somewhere. It's going to take the path of least resistance. So you want it smooth, and then that mark to get it from one end of the field to the other. Otherwise, it's going to do whatever's easiest. So it takes less passes to get the field ready on a pivot. Which is going to save you a lot of fuel. It takes a lot less labor because the pivots, now that they've all been up and going, it's going to be minimal maintenance throughout the year to keep them going. Yeah, you got gearboxes go out, stuff like that. It drives you absolutely nuts. You got to hike out there and change crap. But you don't have to pull 15 tubes twice a day just to keep everything going. So that's really nice. So you save fuel. It's easier on the equipment because it's a smoother field. You don't have furrows that you got to deal with, and it's easier on labor. But pivots don't work everywhere. How am I going to fit a pivot here? This field's a couple 100 yards wide, a little over a quarter mile long. How am I going to fit a pivot here? Got this massive power line, county road right there, and then 2 more fields right there that are flood irrigated, and then 1 more tiny little guy hiding back over in the corner. So pivots are great. They don't work everywhere. Sometimes flood irrigation's the way to go. Field number 2 done. 35 acres down. Now get this back through town. Sounds like we got corn seed coming. Trit seed at some point. Yeah, go see what the plan is from here. This time I actually got to get my exercise in. There was nobody happening to be driving by. So, left the tractor over there in the hay shed. I'm gonna run up to the hill. The seed guy was there. Okay, got some different brand Roundup hayseed we're gonna try. Next grow. Huh. And then some Golden Harvest corn seed. So, 1 box of it, 2 boxes of the Hogemeyer showed up last week. It's starting to feel like we're actually gonna plant some corn. It's not good. Bart had a gearbox let go on the drill. So, fan-friggin-tastic. I'm running up. Blanca had called him something about something's not turning right on the land plane, so I'm going to go see if I can't help her get back going, and then go help Bart shuffle seed to the little pull-type drill. Fun stuff. Okay, got Blanca straightened out. Wasn't a big problem. That thing, the way it moves, it basically has a pivot point on the machine, and so it can kind of drift side to side and not follow straight behind you like it should. One of those things, it is what it is. Let's go see how bad the drill is. Bart and I ran up to the neighbors, got the little 13-foot drill. We're half owners on this with him. Vacuumed out all of his hayseed. Now taking it to the shop where he left the 20-footer, and we're gonna bucket 800 pounds of hayseed out of the big drill into the little drill. This thing is barely as wide as the duals on that tractor. Yippee skippy. Tiny little drill is adjusted. Don't know if it made it better or worse, but it's adjusted. On to the next problem. Okay, you want your field completely smooth, you bring in the Holcomb land plane. So you got a big roller on front, pivot point there in the middle, blade that does all the work, and then 2 smaller independent rollers on the back. This will level some ground. But because of the rollers and the setup, it also makes it really hard. So you have to worry about compaction. Now, new alfalfa wants really hard ground. Hell of a rock collection, Blanca. It's even got the old school crazy wheel for the steering monitor there. Don't need that though. All I gotta do is go around the very outside once or twice. Blanca was a little nervous about it, so told her leave an edge. I'll come clean it up. Actually, Bart was gonna come clean it up, but he's busy planting hay. Now, as you can imagine, transport on this thing is just delightful. So you got that lock that falls down. That's supposed to hold everything steady. It doesn't really, so we've added a chain in each corner to help. kind of pull them corners a little bit better. Yeah, that should work. Now just slowly feather it up, spread that out, take this thing home. And there we go. Down the road we go with this wobbly, very wide swinging turn machine. Because the tire is going to be the pivot point. So everything behind the tires swings out. Yeah, gets a little sketchy if you got tight turns. Done with the Holcomb, so I went ahead and unhooked it. Parked the tractor inside. Now for more exercise. It was a productive day for me. This is weird. I know my pickup was here 10 minutes ago and I left with the tractor. Huh. Alright, Maddie brought the pickup back. They had to haul a cow. For some reason the flatbed is still hooked up to the water trailer. I need to look at the low temperature tonight. That might need to get inside. But either way, let's go check on some stuff. Well, now I don't have time to go actually up there and show you guys everything, but the systems have been pressurized. Everything works for the most part. They got a little issue on this pivot, but we've had water through the machines, guys. That is impressive, the turnaround. Oh man. Yeah, Tuna, I gotta go help him load some seed for Bart. So, whoa, hold the camera steady. I gotta go help him load some seed for Bart so he has enough to finish. I told the kids I'd take him to the movie, so I gotta go help load, and then I gotta haul ass to town. Don't know if I'll be back. Man, I had more stuff I wanted to show you guys. So these two are running. They got the juice hooked up to our landlord's one. Got it all lined up. That one that had that big old curve in it from the setup crew. So it's moving. I'm assuming tomorrow the excavation crew will get the pipeline all hooked together, ready for it. Yeah, big things are happening, guys. But I gotta get to a movie, so I will see you guys in the next one. Sunset looks a hell of a lot better in person than on camera. Hope you can hear me over the wind. I wanted to come show you this earlier, but I ran out of time. The pumps are hooked up. They pressure tested them. The west one's ready to go. The east one needs a little bit of work, but either way, guys, the sprinkler project is almost done. Really, the only thing left now are the bridges. You can't even hardly see them cylinders out there, and they're clear as day. But that being said, guys, it's late. It's like 8:30. I'm gonna finish my loop. I'm gonna head home. Catch you guys in the next one. Nope. Scratch that. Change plans. I'm gonna drill hay for a little while, because with this little guy, it takes a long time to get anything done. Thought it'd be cool to get the drone up in the air, but as you can see by the dust, there's no way that thing will fly in this wind. Here we go, 12 foot at a time. This sucks. 11 o'clock. Finally done. Night night.